Dave Spadaro here with Adam Caplan, the great Adam Caplan, our NFL insider, I suppose. Long time no see. How you doing, buddy?
Welcome back.
Thank you. So the Eagles get Derek Landry to agree to terms today. You tell us the details of the deal.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, I'll be honest with you. Someone had asked me late last week. I said it doesn't look really good. He's got interest elsewhere. And what do you know? I think what happened to Dave is they found a middle ground. And the middle ground was 1 year because the money's not great. The longer you wait, I've said this for years, the longer you wait, the less money you're going to get.
Of course.
And that's just the way it is. But it's not a bad deal, actually. He
What
can
is it?
make a decent amount of money with incentives.
Ballpark me here.
Do
Do I have to beg for the numbers?
You want? Well, hey, I'll give you what it comes down to.
Come on.
$1.875 million, which includes incentives.
Okay.
If he hits playing time incentives, he'll make that because the 500,000 is guaranteed. It's a nice deal. Tampa. I know he was talking to Tampa Bay, but Moby Ikoue kind of took his spot there. And the Eagles. I'll give Howie Roseman credit. He never stopped communicating with his people, and that's what helped. And the Eagles had interest all along here, and he comes back off of a great season. Played about a third of the snaps, about 34% of the snaps. Him and Trevor Laws played almost the same identical snaps. Right now, I'd say Trevor Laws would be a long shot to come back.
Of course, yeah, agreed. Why is Derek Landry one of those players who doesn't get even a 3-year deal at modest numbers? I mean, he led
He's
the
not
team
old either. He's
right.
29.
He led the team in tackles for loss last year.
Yeah.
He was very productive, very active, great attitude. Smart guy.
It's a great story, really is.
Why doesn't he get a deal? Is he just not a pretty player?
I think possibly earlier in free agency, maybe there was something out there, but I think this happened with the only D tackle that it got paid was Broderick Bunkley, the former Eagle with the Saints, and that's it. They all got modest deals.
Yet it is such an important position. Is it
is,
because
but
the draft is loaded with them?
It is. I think that's probably part of it. But again, Derek Landry is a backup D tackle. He only played in about a third of the snaps, so it's not like he could warrant what Moby Ikoue got was a little bit more. Ikoue played in 55% of the snaps for the Bears, and he got about $2 million. So actually, to be honest with you, Landry's deal is very similar to Ikoue. So now the Eagles have 4 guys that they really like, and we'll see about the other kid, Thornton, see if he can make the team. But I strongly believe in that. I don't think the Landry deal has anything to do with it. And I can tell you this, I'll add this as well. Jim Washburn had a lot to do with Landry coming back. Washburn really wanted him back. Landry loved playing for Washburn, and it worked really well. But this does not preclude the Eagles from drafting a D tackle in the first round. In fact, I think that's what they're looking at. But there's a difference between the best D tackle in the draft, Fletcher Cox, and the other guys. They're not getting Fletcher Cox at 15, I can tell you that.
Adam, let's talk about some of the things the Eagles have done here in the offseason. Most recently, signing Demetrius Bell, replacing Jason Peters. Your read on that, and really what kind of player Bell is, what Eagles fans can expect.
Bell's an athletic left tackle. He's got good long arms, 6'5", good size. The negative clearly is injuries. Last season he had a couple nagging ones. Early in his career, he had a knee injury. Here's a guy who started a decent amount of games. He's a good football player. And quite frankly, had they not signed Bell, they were looking at the draft. I don't know where. There was no one else out there who from a athletic standpoint, who fits what Howard Mudd wants. See, Howard Mudd had a lot to do with this. This is the guy that Howard Mudd wanted. He fits that athletic profile that Mudd likes, and he got him. It's been detailed. Bell talked about it, meeting with Mudd. It's a really good signing. It's very interesting because they gave him more years than I thought he'd get. In fact, I know this. His agent had been telling teams who I talked to he's not signing for a year.
Mm-hmm.
But he got a great deal. But the thing is, because of the way it's structured, the Eagles are going to have to make a decision after this season, and we'll see what happens.
So the 5-year deal is not a 5-year
So
deal.
it's pretty much a 1-year deal. Then if they want to bring him back, they could either restructure or he could stay on it. But I don't see him staying on this deal. It's a pretty significant offer and a contract that he got. Now, then what do you do about Jason Peters? I think they're going to wait and see how he comes back. Achilles injuries with 30-year-old players, you never know if they could be the same.
And look, if Demetrius Bell plays great football, the Eagles are going to keep him. They'll find a place for him. You can never have too many good offensive linemen.
It's a good problem to have.
And the other report out there is that the Eagles interested in safety Jeremiah Bell, former Miami Dolphin, played with Todd Bowles when Bowles was the defensive coordinator there. What kind of player is Bell? What kind of legitimacy is this report?
I would say that, knowing what I know about their talks, I would say that it's not anywhere close to happening. And it's all about Todd Bowles there. If Todd Bowles was not the defensive backs coach for the Eagles, they wouldn't even be talking about Jeremiah Bell. Drew Rosenhaus represents him. Drew Rosenhaus has had a lot of deals with the Eagles. He's looking at a 1-year deal wherever he signs. He's 34 years old. Very smart football player, in the box player, good size. I think he'd fit what they're looking for. Hey, listen, it's not a secret that the Eagles had interest in LaRon Landry. Okay, it's been documented. People know about it. That would tell me that they're still looking for veteran safety.
Right.
And this is a guy who would fit that profile.
Okay. We're going to take a little break, Adam. We want to get Derek Landry on the phone. We'll come back to you in just a bit here. Stay with us. Derek Landry, the Eagle who returns. Another one. I want to go step by step here through this offseason. It's been pretty fascinating how the Eagles have kept this whole thing together and still added a couple of very important pieces and still have room under the salary cap to make some moves. So we'll be back with Adam Caplan in a moment. Next up on Eagles Live, Derek Landry on the telephone. He agrees to terms to a 1-year deal to remain an Eagle.